Hello, guys, it's me, your host Shiro, and welcome to another episode of the morning show of the Hollow Sound podcast. I promise I'll bring it back, and I have a special guest with me here today who hopefully will make a very common appearance on the show as a new uh, sidekick or assistant or whatever to help co-host this. I introduce you, Ninth.
How dare you call me a
Sorry,
sidekick?
sorry. I accidentally slung my mic off the keyboard. That shouldn't be too big of an issue.
Nice.
So today we will be talking about a popular topic. Actually, in nowadays it's not too popular, and we're kind of late on this tag. But the second part of the topic,
Pretty old.
is still becoming more relevant as YouTube becomes more bigger. So we're going to be talking about reaction channels, and we're going to be talking about channels that solely re-upload entire people's content for, I don't know, various reasons. So I'll give my opinion first, and then my friend Ninth over here will give his opinion on this, and then we'll just pass it back and forth like a football. So my opinion, and I'm going to be speaking as a content creator since I do make YouTube videos, and I do want to make this my job because I do enjoy making videos that people like or are entertained by. As a content creator, reaction channels can be viewed of one of two ways, and as a small channel, if I was to have people react to my videos, the one thing I can possibly see out of it is that I would get some publicity, out of it, because I am a really small channel as of making this episode of the podcast, and a reaction channel like fucking I don't want to say names because some people call them cancer, but there is a really popular one, probably the most well-known that a lot of people hate, and if you guys actually know reaction channels, you probably know the name I'm thinking of. If he was to do a reaction to my video, I could only see me making more subs, possibly, or gaining more views, I would imagine. But as a content creator, a lot of these reaction channels don't do reactions very well or correct. Most channels sit there the entire video making no facial expression, no emotion. They don't say anything. They sit there, watch the entire video, nod their head, make one or two comments, and pretty much that's it. And a lot of them, it's not, I don't know how many will make this kind of comment, but a lot of them at the ending of the video will make some long fucking story related, not even related to the video, just completely off topic sometimes. But as a content creator, a lot of these reaction channels are actually kind of infringing on copyrights because they're uploading entire videos of people's content. A lot of them doing it without their permission. There is a couple that do it with people's permissions, and those are respectful, and at least they're doing something right. But a lot of them aren't really contributing to these recordings, and thus it's not so much. I can't think of what the rules are for infringing on copyrights. As long as you add something to it, I believe, like a lot more to it, and change it as what it was originally, it is not considered infringing on copyrights. And that is why stuff such as channels that review movies and books and games can do what they do using snippets, and that is because they are adding to the original content and giving their word and opinions and thoughts on it, much like what we do, except we don't use video because that's just lame. Not really lame. But essentially, that's what reaction channels are, and I will probably say what the second things we're going to talk about after Ninth over here gives his opinion on reaction channels. What's your thoughts?
Well, you also gotta remember that the fair use policy is still in effect there, which allows people to upload parts of videos, as you said, content as they please. I've seen people upload songs for people with the lyrics. I guess that counts. I think there was a channel that started uploading other people's content, and H3H3 went and called them out on it, which I thought was pretty cool because they deserve to have be called out on what they're doing, because all literally just doing is adding an intro and then the person's video, and he has no credit whatsoever. So kudos to them. But
I
yeah,
know.
I forgot who it was though that H3 actually made their call out on. Forgot. But I actually went and seen a few of his videos, and it's basically just the intro and then the video, which was kind of shitty.
I believe the channel you're talking about. I mean, typically on here we don't like to point names out because we don't want to give bad credit out to channels. Well, bad credit is not due. We don't intentionally want to give out bad web, but we don't typically want to give out good web either, I guess, because we just avoid names at all. But I think the name you're thinking of is SoFlo Antonio, something like that. So.
Oh yeah, SoFlo, yeah, that was.
Yeah, I seen that. His Facebook post, which is completely off like YouTube like thing, but he does do a lot of like stealing. And one woman had her like I think it was a fine or like a part of her video stolen and not even given credit for it, just completely ripped from her like original creation, and he's taking credit for it. So that's why it feels just really bad.
I bet he steals memes.
Why would you steal the dank memes, man? Pepe? That boy? That's all I can think of. SpongeGar?
That boy's dead. Go SpongeGar.
Okay, so
that boy died but a couple months ago.
Okay, so the second thing we'll talk about is channels that re-upload entire other people's content. And I actually get hit by this a lot. Not like saying people like fucking steal my shit. I mean, my shit's not worth stealing yet. But because I want to make YouTube my job, I do what I can call research by watching tons of other YouTubers' videos, trying to learn ways to make my videos more comical or add more to videos. I play a lot of games, obviously, and thus when I try to make my videos, if I can't be funny, which I part of the times can't, because when you're by yourself and you're talking to yourself, you only come off as being insane, crazy, and psychotic. So I tried to do my best.
Yeah, you
as a solo player.
You should have seen. You should have seen him last night. You do not know how it is being friends with a guy on Steam. He literally messaged me all night about how he nuked the Spanish in Civilization and tried to get the Mongols to space. Literally all night he was messaging me.
Yeah. But yes, as a solo...
He's like, hey, I nuked the Spanish!
As a solo player, because I can't really be funny most of the times, and I don't want to like be like PewDiePie and just be, well, I don't know, like really crazy, make random noises and scream a lot. Mainly because if I scream, my voice is horrible enough. I try to talk low so that my voice is at least a more, like, it's more standable at least, I would assume. And so, because...
I don't have that problem. Puberty hit me like a freight train.
So I try to make my videos instructional and guideful. I try to make my videos have information to try to help other people who watch it. So like they're getting some form of entertainment out of it, I hope, as I try to make it entertaining. But I also try to give like advice or tips on games that I may know good stuff about, such as Killing Floor. I do a good bit of helpful stuff on that, suggesting which guns are slightly decent or which guns will screw you over. And I don't even know what, I get completely off topic, like going from like re-uploading people's content. So yes, as I said, re-uploading people's content, my stuff's not good enough to steal, but I said this hits me because while I'm doing research on my, like on YouTube, I don't use YouTube on my computer. I actually have a console, an Xbox. I've been meaning to get a graphics card, not graphics card, that's not it. I completely forgot what they're called. I don't know. Basically, you can use it to record gameplay off your, like, console. I really want that so I can do, like, Black Ops 3 and, like, even more gameplay. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, you do know a lot about Black Ops 3 and, like, how to get certain weapons in the game and Easter eggs.
I've been, like, I do a lot of YouTubing on my console, and, one of the biggest issues is that YouTube on the console typically gives you videos in into your suggestions while watching a video, so long as they have a lot of views. And one of the channels I watch is a good channel, Fanos Gaming. As I'm watching Fanos Gaming, I'll go from Fanos Gaming's videos, actual channel, to fucking these other weird ass channels with like really stupid name like online gaming like videos or HD gaming and like these are random names. If these are real channels, like don't go hate on them. I don't know these channels. I'm just giving random names that I think were possibly what I saw. And basically, some of these videos were just re-uploaded videos of Fanos in them. Like, it was just completely stolen from them. I didn't look into this.
I've seen that. I've seen that so much.
And the biggest downfall is, like, on the Xbox YouTube, I don't know about PlayStation, you can't look at videos description, so I don't know if the channel is actually giving credit or not to the original creator. I would hope they are. If not, shame on you, channels. Why you steal content? That is just disgusting. That's nasty. But, this is really the only channel I've seen it with is, like, Fanos. I would imagine it probably happens with PewDiePie and them, a lot of the Fanos crew. And, basically, I don't know what the point in this, like, stealing these people's content and just re-uploading it with no contribution to it. There is some, which are compilations, which are, like, fucking 5-hour-long videos with, like, all the videos in one. And I will say, I do like those, which is really bad of me to say that, because it is just stolen content. I'm hoping they do, like, give credit where credit's due. But I like these compilations, because I hate having to go from video to video sometimes. And 5-hour long, like, just streaming of that crap in one go, basically it just saves me the trouble, and I can just do other stuff while I'm, like, listening or watching that. Or when I'm sleeping, I'll listen to it. I do a lot of sleeping at my house. So,
Me too.
essentially, that's what I'm talking about. Those channels that just steal the entire video and then upload it for no reason. Well, I guess they have reason. They want those views. Those views, man. And I think the worst part is like, if people subscribe to these channels that just re-upload other people's content, I haven't actually taken a look at these people's channels, but I would imagine that's all they do, and if that is all what they do, then why subscribe to these people who are re-uploading someone else's content? Why not just go and subscribe to that guy who made the content originally? Support them. That's like the best I can say. It's retarded that people would do that. Something that, like, I will, like, bouncing around on the topics now. Something we should have spoke about, but we ignored, was the biggest bust in reactions, and that was the Fine Bros and them trying to copyright React.
Yeah, that was pretty dickery up in there. That was pretty bad.
I typically don't
I'm gonna
want
admit.
to try to do reaction videos just because, like, I don't feel like I contribute enough to, like, my various gameplays or commentaries, which I think I do at least an average, maybe slightly below average enough addition to my videos to make it, like, fair use, I would hope, maybe. But reaction videos, I don't really have that much reactions to certain videos, depending on what I'm watching. But considering my type of genres and that I watch, I typically do get amazed a lot when I find new content that's interesting. And that's pretty much it. Well, we're like 13 minutes in, and we typically make this like last to about 20 minutes. So, I guess right now we'll just talk about what we should review, because Ninth Hill is partially new to the podcast. He doesn't know too much about it. He hasn't watched it because he's not a cool friend. He doesn't support me by watching all my videos when I upload.
Oh no, I don't have a podcast. I can't watch your videos. Oh no. But anyway, I'm gonna give my opinion on this because it's been a while since I actually gave opinion on this podcast. But with the Fine Bros, it's like when they first did it, I just sat there and watched their subscriber count start plummeting because of that. And honestly, it was kind of funny, but still, I mean, Christ. Like, it was dropping faster than the base.
Now, as I was previously stating, because, well, now 14 minutes in. Typically, in our podcast, not typically, always, like, I just want to get stuff out there. We typically talk about a product, movie, game, book, series of something, anything. We can talk about a fucking table, for all we know. I have been doing a little bit of cussing in this video. I apologize for the younger audience out there. But,
Yeah, watch your fucking language, mate. No.
we did not talk about what we were going to talk about for the production. So, let me just go over here to my Steam library. Let me look at a game, and Brawlhalla. Okay, that's actually a good thing to talk about.
I played that, but it was
Yeah.
pretty fun.
For the people who do not know what Brawlhalla is, it is a free-to-play game on Steam. It's actually a really great game. If you like beat 'em ups, smash 'em ups, like kick 'em ups, I guess. If you love Super Smash
Basically,
Bros.
beat the living hell out of your
If
opponent.
you love Super Smash Bros. On the Wii, that's basically what Brawlhalla is trying to recreate or simulate, and I think they do a really great job. The game is really smooth, combat flows really well, the arenas are somewhat small, and so combat is always going on. They don't got big arenas like they do on Wii. You can play with your friends. The only downside to the game is, much like all free-to-play games, extra characters are locked behind not really a paywall. You can pay money to get them quicker, but just by playing the game naturally, you can unlock
But the
over time.
costumes. Yeah, the costumes you have to pay real money for, though, which kind of sucks. But I found a thing. If you go into practice mode, and you can select any character in any costume.
Yeah.
Which is pretty
So
cool.
on here, we give our opinions on it. I really like the game. It's a really fun, smooth running game. Because the arenas are really small, my biggest problem is the fact that you can literally, like, certain characters have attacks that cover a large range, such as the main character being Orion, and his main weapon can be a rocket spear when you pick up weapons. It's not always the same weapon. It typically changes between 2 or 3.
2? No, just 2.
There's 2, so you basically have a chance to get one or the other. And Orion's rocket spear, when you charge it up, covers like almost every arena's like platform in the game. So basically, you can literally just hog up the platform and just keep knocking opponents out of the field if they're not too new to the game.
I did that to him. I do admit I've done that too when we played. I just used Orion to rock him, speared his ass out of the ring.
It was annoying, man. So
I'm sorry, it was irresistible.
Besides that, that's not really a big downfall. Like, if you get used to the game and you play a little bit, you can easily counter that, just such as double jumping over them after they attacked. We rate things on here from a scale of 1 to 5, I believe. It's been a while since I, like, looked back at my videos. So I give this game a 4 out of 5. My biggest problem with the game is the fact that characters just take way too long to unlock. 5,000 gold, and you get, like, 40 to 60 gold per game, so that's a lot of games for one character out of what I think was like 20 to 30 characters like were locked. Just, it would take a while to get new characters. So, that's my big downfall. So 4 out of 5. What's your opinion?
I give it a 4 out of 5. The whole pay, or not the whole pay, but the whole grinding so much just to get a character is kind of BS.
Okay, so that concludes the ending of our podcast. I am your host, Shiro, and this is Ninth with me alongside. We thank you for, I would say, tuning in, but we really just clicked on a video icon and loaded up the video. So I applaud you and thank you for taking the time to watch this entire video and listening to it. And as always, we'll see you and talk to you in the next morning show. We will be trying our best to get this on a daily schedule, which me and my old host, who was gone now, but we would not forget him. He was an awesome, cool guy.
Never forget.
I still talk to him on Steam. It's just like he doesn't want to do this. It didn't click with him. It wasn't entertaining enough. The original schedule me and him had was that we would do it on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the days in between would give us time to think about new topics and new things to do and think about. And something we did in the the very first video, the very first podcast episode we introduced this in, he had a huge technical error and issue, and thus was like coming in and out randomly, and then just his mic started glitching up hilariously. And that ideal is the game show, where I or anyone else who wishes to make random questions can, and we basically challenge each other to see who knows the most. The questions can be anything, as last time was about Greek mythologies, I believe. Well, I did Greek mythological beings, and yeah, the guy who was doing those was doing a great job, and he won. So I'll be trying to bring that back because that was really fun and interesting to see how people try to solve things. But if I do a question, it may be only with 9 because I can't get much more other people on here. But he will be a semi-permanent host for a while now, until like summer's over, I guess. He may try to get back, like stay with us during after summer, but right now it's only looking like summer, which is okay, because if we do it for the duration of summer, I think that would mean we would get like a total of about maybe 20 or more episodes. Since it's like 3 per week, and in a month we can get around 9 to more, because it's 3 to 4 weeks long. It would probably be around 20 almost. That's if you're like almost 2 weeks long.
Yeah.
Mine has been. I have a lot of time still, like 7 weeks to 8 weeks until I go back to I start attending college again. But that's besides the point. We've made this podcast a tad bit too long. It's a minute over time now. So thank you guys for listening, and see you all next time.
Bye. See ya.